California politicians are once again restricting law-abiding citizens from protecting their families and their homes during rampant crime waves that the politicians themselves created because of the defund the police movement and the zero bail policies. Anthony Portantino and SB2 are making it harder for you and me to protect ourselves when police forces have been worn thin with budget cuts. And they're not telling you the honest numbers about gun deaths like I'm about to. We have stories like Gor Adamian, a 4-year-old Armenian boy who was shot and killed by Byron Burkhart, a convicted felon who should never have been able to get a gun and in fact was arrested and released twice by Lancaster Sheriff's deputies last year thanks to DA George Gascon's catch and release zero bail policies. We also have stories like the Granada Hills homeowner who shot a burglar dead on his own property while his toddler and a grandmother were also in the house. The burglar came all the way from Inglewood and had been on trial for murder in a drive-by shooting in 2021. These two stories illustrate how guns can be used for very different purposes depending on the people who have them. According to the CDC, the majority of gun deaths are suicides, primarily among older white men. And only 38% of gun deaths are homicides, and 90% of the guns used in those crimes are obtained illegally. So if schools taught math as much as they teach social justice, you could therefore calculate that only 3.8% of gun deaths every year are homicides attributable to people who got their guns legally. So if California is going to prevent law-abiding citizens from arming and protecting themselves, 96% of gun deaths would still go on every year. Criminals like Byron Burkhart are already skirting existing gun laws, so new gun laws by corrupt politicians like Portantino aren't going to stop them. You know what will stop them? Putting them in jail rather than releasing them once they've been arrested. This is a sham. This is a ploy to strip the average person of security and peace of mind and concentrate power and authority in the hands of the government. If you really want to decrease unnecessary gun deaths like I do, you would expand mental health access to older men, especially veterans, who are more likely to kill themselves with guns. You would also prosecute and punish criminals to the full extent of the law rather than letting them walk free like George Gascon does. There's nothing wrong with the Second Amendment, and there's nothing wrong with the First Amendment, so quit trying to change them. I am Alex Balekian, MD. I am a responsible gun owner who does not intend to use my gun unless someone threatens my family or my home. I am the law and order candidate, I am the constitutional rights candidate, and I'm the candidate opposed to government overreach. I am running for Adam Schiff's open seat in Congress, and I have had enough of the corrupt, power-grabbing politicians who continue to ruin our lives. Vote for me on March 5th.